Hello, and welcome to Coding with Kriller. My goal for these videos is to teach you the basics of the C++ language, give you the level of coding proficiency needed to make some basic text-based games, calculators, and other fun activities, and teach you the basics of computer science. To start our coding journey, let's look at the materials we'll need. Time to talk hardware. Although we'll be coding with the Arduino application, I personally prefer to use the Teensy 3.2 motherboard. You see, I've learned most of what I know about robotics as a student of Brian Padden, who owns Padden Robotics LLC. Because of this, I've used the Teensy 3.2 motherboard, so that's what I'm familiar with and know how to use. For this course, we'll be needing the Teensy 3.2 motherboard as well as the USB micro ribbon cable. It will also help to get something such as the Padden Robotics Teensy motherboard kit, but if you're on a budget, all you really need is a breadboard or some other form of insulation to make sure that the pins on the bottom of the motherboard don't short out. After all, since you're spending $20 on this, you'll want it to last. Once you have the hardware, it's time to begin setting it up. Firmly press the Teensy 3.2 motherboard down into the breadboard so that it's fully insulated. Then, connect the cable. Finally, connect the USB end of the cable to your computer. USBs are tough to install. Now you're good to go. If you're on a budget and don't want to use a breadboard, you can also just place the Teensy in the bag it came in. This should keep it electrically insulated and make sure the pins don't short out. Once the hardware is installed, we can start coding. First, open the Teensy Arduino application. Now, go to Tools and choose your board type. I'm using the Teensy 3.2 to 3.1, and I'm assuming that you're using this as well, so this is what you'll want to select. After that, go to Tools again, and then go to Port. If you're using Mac, you should use this Bluetooth incoming port. If you're using a PC, you're going to want to use one called COM16. Then, go to File, Examples, Basics, and Blink. Blink is a great way to make sure that your Teensy is fully plugged in and working. The reason for this is that it makes the LED on the Teensy blink so you can know immediately that everything is fully set up. Let's quickly review all of the aspects of this window we need to know before we actually start making this work. The first thing is you should know how to open the serial monitor. Simply press this button and the serial monitor will open. This is really great if you're going to have any pieces of code that are going to print text or need to receive text. However, that's not the focus of this video, so this is a subject we'll be covering in later videos. This button is the Save button. Oftentimes, you'll have sketches that you've worked a long time on, so you want to make sure that they don't immediately get deleted. You'll want to save this to a safe location on your computer where you know it's not going to be wiped by anything. This is the Verify button. We got this code straight from the Teensy Arduino application, so we know that it's not bad. However, if you're coding, you'll probably make a mistake. It's what coders do. So you should verify it very often. Simply press this button and it will start compiling the sketch. Wait for it to compile. This can take a bit, and it will open the Teensy loader. Always keep this Teensy loader in view. The reason for this is sometimes your blink your blink sketch or any other sketch may say it's fully compiled, but the Teensy hasn't actually finished compiling. By keeping this in view, you'll always know immediately when it's done compiling by looking at this window. That way, you won't start interacting with it too fast and break the Teensy, which is something you definitely don't want to do. Once this has been verified, you can upload it. Uploading it to your Teensy should make the Teensy begin to blink. Let's quickly look at this right now. As you can see here, the light on the Teensy is blinking. In the next video, we'll check out why. This pandemic created a lot of problems. Nurses are tired, hungry, and stressed. Meanwhile, many people are out of jobs. I'd like to ask you to consider donating to Fuel the Fight. Fuel the Fight is an organization that takes your money that you donate and pays restaurants to make meals for nurses. That way, the restaurants can continue to employ some people, making it much easier for many to survive this pandemic, while also making sure that nurses get the food they need and don't have to worry about lunch when they're performing life-saving operations on patients with COVID-19. It's a really tough time now, and if you have any spare change, please consider this. It could really make a difference.